Listen up, because this is one of the most important lessons you'll ever learn. You want to take control of your life? Then you've got to take control of 4 things: your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. Get these in check and you will unlock a level of power, confidence, and freedom that most people only dream about. 1, control your mouth. Words are like fire. Used wisely, they can cook your food, light your path, and warm your soul. But left unchecked, they will burn everything to the ground. Your relationships, your opportunities, your reputation. Every time you speak, you're either planting seeds of growth or throwing poison into the air. So before you open your mouth, ask yourself, is this going to build or destroy? Is this going to push me forward or hold me back? Speak with power, speak with purpose, and when necessary, shut up and listen. 2, control your mood. Your mood isn't something that just happens to you, it's a choice. You can wake up feeling frustrated, angry, or unmotivated, but that doesn't mean you have to stay there. Emotion is created by motion. If you want to change how you feel, change what you're doing. Change your posture, change your breathing, change your focus. The people who win in life are not the ones who never feel bad. They're the ones who refuse to stay stuck. They train themselves to shift their state at will. Because when you control your mood, you control your decisions. And when you control your decisions, you control your destiny. 3, control your money. Money is a tool. It's not evil. It's not good. It's just a magnifier. If you're careless, it will magnify your mistakes. If you're disciplined, it will magnify your opportunities. Most people are trapped by money because they never took control of it. They let their emotions control their spending. They let society tell them what they deserve instead of what they can truly afford. The truth is, if you don't control your money will control you. Master it. Save aggressively, invest wisely, spend intentionally. Because financial freedom is not about being rich. It's about having the power to make choices on your terms. 4, control your mind. Your mind is the battlefield. Everything you do, every success, every failure starts with a thought. If you let negativity, doubt, and fear run wild, you will stay stuck. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, to seek growth instead of comfort, to believe instead of hesitate, nothing can stop you. Your mind can be your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. You must be the one in charge. Guard what you feed it. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. And most importantly, take action, because knowledge without action is wasted power. Final thoughts? If you want to change your life, start by taking control of these 4 things. Control your mouth, and you'll strengthen your relationships. Control your mood, and you'll master your emotions. Control your money, and you'll create freedom. And control your mind, and you'll shape your future. This is your moment. Decide today that you will no longer be controlled by habits that hold you back. Own your words, own your emotions, own your finances, own your mindset. And when you do, you will become unstoppable. Words have power. Every time you open your mouth, you are making a choice, either to build or destroy, to empower or weaken, to create opportunities or shut them down. Most people speak without thinking. They react to their emotions, their frustrations, their insecurities, and they let their words flow out without considering the impact. But the truth is, your words shape your reality. What you speak, you reinforce. What you say to yourself and others becomes a reflection of your mindset, your confidence, and your belief system. Think about the most successful, respected people in the world. Do they speak carelessly? Do they lash out in anger, gossip about others, or constantly complain? No. They understand that their words hold weight. They know that what they say influences not only how others perceive them, but also how they perceive themselves. If you keep saying, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed, then guess what? That becomes your reality. Your mind will take those words and turn them into your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your results. On the other hand, when you speak with power, when you choose words that reinforce your strength, your vision, and your determination, you begin to shape a different reality. Instead of saying, I can't, you say, I'll find a way. Instead of complaining about your problems, you focus on solutions. Instead of speaking out of anger or frustration, you take a deep breath and respond with clarity and purpose. This shift doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. But it's not just about what you say to yourself, it's also about how you communicate with others. Your relationships, whether in business, friendships, or love, are built on the foundation of words. The wrong words at the wrong time can destroy trust, break connections, and create unnecessary conflict. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? Maybe you spoke out of frustration, insulted someone you care about, or made a sarcastic remark that hurt more than you realized. Those words cannot be taken back. The damage they cause can last far longer than you expect. That's why the ability to control your mouth is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It's about training yourself to pause before you speak, to think before you react, and to choose words that align with the person you want to be. This doesn't mean you stay silent when something needs to be said. It means you communicate with intention. If something needs to be addressed, you do it in a way that is clear, constructive, and solution-focused. If you need to express frustration, you do it in a way that leads to progress rather than destruction. One of the biggest traps people fall into is negative speech patterns, gossiping, complaining, and criticizing. These habits feel harmless in the moment, but they slowly destroy your mindset and your relationships. Gossiping might make you feel important temporarily, but it damages your credibility. Complaining might give you an emotional release, but it trains your brain to focus on problems rather than solutions. Criticizing others might make you feel superior, but it creates a negative energy that repels success and opportunity. The words you speak about yourself and others determine the environment you create around you. If you constantly complain, you'll attract other complainers. If you gossip, you'll surround yourself with people who do the same, people who will eventually gossip about you. But if you speak with confidence, encouragement, and integrity, you'll attract people who align with that energy. You will create relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual support. There's another important piece to controlling your mouth, and that's knowing when to stay silent. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not say anything at all. Not every argument needs a response. Not every insult deserves an answer. Not every opinion needs to be voiced. Some battles are won through silence. When you stay quiet in moments where others expect a reaction, you demonstrate control, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Mastery of words is not about suppressing what you feel. It's about directing it with purpose. You can express anger without destruction. You can disagree without disrespect. You can be strong without being cruel. The difference between a person who reacts and a person who responds is the ability to pause, process, and choose their words wisely. This is not just a skill for relationships, it's a skill for leadership. The best leaders in the world are not the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who speak with precision and purpose. Their words inspire, motivate, and create action. They know when to push, when to encourage, and when to listen. They don't waste time on meaningless chatter. They don't allow their emotions to dictate their speech. They control their words, and in doing so, they control their influence. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating your language. Choose words that empower rather than weaken. Speak in a way that reflects your goals, your discipline, and your vision. Be intentional with your communication, and you will see how quickly your world begins to change.
Your emotions are not in control of you. You are in control of them. Too many people go through life as if their mood is something that just happens to them, like the weather. They wake up feeling tired or unmotivated, and they let that set the tone for their entire day. They allow small inconveniences to dictate their reactions. They let stress, frustration, and negativity steal their focus and energy. But here's the truth. Your emotions are created by your actions, by what you focus on, by how you move, and by what you tell yourself. The moment you realize that, you take back your power. Have you ever noticed how quickly your mood can shift based on your physical state? Try slouching your shoulders, looking down, breathing shallowly, and saying, I feel amazing. It doesn't work, does it? That's because emotion is tied to motion. When you feel bad, your body reflects it. And when you shift your body, you shift your emotions. If you want to change how you feel, stand up tall, take a deep breath, and move with energy. This isn't just a motivational trick, it's science. The way you carry yourself sends signals to your brain about how you should feel. If you move with confidence, your brain follows. The same applies to what you focus on. If you constantly focus on what's wrong, on what you don't have, on what frustrates you, then your mood will reflect that. Your brain is like a magnifying glass. It will expand whatever you direct it toward. If you focus on problems, they'll seem bigger. If you focus on solutions, you'll start seeing opportunities. Two people can go through the exact same situation, but their experiences will be completely different depending on what they focus on. The one who focuses on obstacles will feel stuck, defeated, and overwhelmed. The one who focuses on solutions will feel empowered, motivated, and in control. The choice is always yours. Another key to mastering your emotions is recognizing the power of your words. The things you say out loud influence the way you feel. If you constantly say, I'm so stressed, I'm exhausted, or nothing ever goes my way, you are reinforcing those emotions. Your brain listens to what you tell it. Change your words and you will change your state. Instead of saying, I'm exhausted, try saying, I need to refuel. Instead of saying, I'm stressed, say, I'm handling a lot right now and I've got this. This isn't about denying reality. It's about directing your focus in a way that serves you rather than limits you. You must also guard your emotions against external influences. The people you surround yourself with have a massive impact on your mood. If you are constantly around negative, complaining, or emotionally reactive people, their energy will affect you. But when you choose to be around people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you, your emotional state will elevate naturally. Energy is contagious. Choose wisely who you let influence yours. There's also a dangerous belief that emotions justify actions. People say, I was angry, so I said that, or I was frustrated, so I acted that way. But emotions are not an excuse. You can feel something without letting it control your actions. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize what you feel without letting it dictate your decisions. You may feel anger, but you can choose not to lash out. You may feel fear, but you can choose to take action anyway. You may feel uncertain, but you can choose to move forward with confidence. Some of the most successful people in the world are not those who never feel doubt, frustration, or stress. They are the ones who have trained themselves not to let those emotions control them. They have learned that while emotions are real, they are not permanent. They have developed the discipline to shift their state in an instant. They know that when something happens, they have a choice. They can react emotionally and stay stuck, or they can take control of their focus, their movement, and their words to create a different outcome. This is what separates those who stay stuck in cycles of frustration from those who break free and create the life they want. It's not about ignoring emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about mastering them. It's about choosing how you respond instead of letting circumstances dictate your mood. It's about recognizing that at any moment you can shift your energy, change your focus, and move forward with power. You are not your emotions. You are the one who controls them. Money is one of the most powerful tools in your life, yet so many people let it control them instead of the other way around. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you manage it. You see people who earn millions but are drowning in debt, constantly stressed, never in control. On the other hand, you see people with modest incomes who live with financial security, freedom, and peace of mind. The difference isn't income, it's discipline. It's mindset. It's about understanding that money is a tool, and if you don't control it, it will control you. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting emotions dictate their financial decisions. They spend based on impulse, buying things they don't need just because it feels good in the moment. They chase lifestyle upgrades the second they get a raise, thinking more money automatically means they can afford more. But wealth isn't built on what you earn, it's built on what you keep. If you're constantly increasing your expenses to match your income, you're not gaining freedom, you're locking yourself into a cycle of financial stress. The key is learning to control your desires instead of letting them control you. Most people don't have a money problem, they have a discipline problem. They tell themselves they'll start saving when they make more money, but if you can't manage a small amount, you won't manage a large amount either. Financial freedom starts with habits, not income. If you're not tracking where your money goes, you're already losing. If you don't have a plan for your finances, you're operating on hope. And hope is not a strategy. You need a system. That means budgeting, investing, and having a long-term vision. It means knowing the difference between an asset and a liability, between something that makes you money and something that just costs you money. Then there's the mindset piece. Most people have limiting beliefs about money that keep them stuck. They think wealth is only for the lucky or the privileged. They think making money is hard or that they'll never have enough. These beliefs shape their actions, and those actions shape their results. If you believe you'll never be financially free, you won't take the steps to get there. If you believe you're bad with money, you won't develop the skills to manage it well. The first step to changing your financial situation is changing your beliefs about what's possible. The people who win with money aren't necessarily the ones who make the most. They're the ones who understand how to make their money work for them. They don't just spend, they invest. They don't just earn, they build. They focus on creating multiple income streams because they know one paycheck is never true security. They put their money into things that grow, stocks, businesses, real estate, things that build wealth over time. They don't let short-term pleasure rob them of long-term freedom. Another critical piece is understanding that financial freedom is not about never spending, it's about intentional spending. Too many people think budgeting means restriction, but in reality, it's what allows you to spend on the things that truly matter. It means prioritizing what adds value to your life instead of wasting money on things that don't. It's the difference between someone who takes one meaningful vacation a year and someone who constantly spends on things they don't even remember buying. Money can be a source of stress, or it can be a source of power. It can be something you constantly worry about, or it can be something that creates opportunities and freedom. The difference is in how you approach it. If you let money control you, you will always feel like you're behind, always chasing, always struggling. But if you take control, if you build discipline, if you develop smart habits, if you change your mindset, you will reach a point where money is no longer a burden. It becomes a tool that allows you to live on your terms. It's not about being rich, it's about being free. Your mind is your greatest weapon, yet most people never take control of it. They let fear, doubt, and negativity dominate their thoughts, shaping their reality in ways they don't even realize. Every single action you take starts with a thought. Every success, every failure, it all begins in the mind. If you don't control your mind, the world will control it for you. Society will tell you what to think. Social media will flood you with distractions. Negative people will plant seeds of doubt. And if you don't take charge, your mind will become a battlefield where you are constantly losing. Most people think their thoughts are automatic, that they have no say in how their mind operates. But the truth is, you can train your brain just like you train a muscle. What you focus on expands. If you constantly focus on problems, your life will be filled with problems. If you focus on possibilities, you will start seeing opportunities everywhere. It's not magic, it's science. Your brain is wired to find whatever you tell it to look for. If you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, your brain will find evidence to prove that belief. But if you tell yourself, I can figure this out, your brain will start searching for solutions. The difference between people who stay stuck and people who break through is not talent or luck, it's what they choose to focus on. Another way your mind controls your life is through the stories you tell yourself. Everyone has an internal narrative, a story about who they are, what they're capable of, and what their future looks like. If your story is one of struggle, failure, or limitations, that will become your reality. But if your story is one of growth, resilience, and success, that's the life you will create. You have the power to rewrite your story at any time. You are not defined by your past mistakes, your failures, or what other people think of you. You define yourself by the choices you make today and the thoughts you choose to believe. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, whether it's toxic people, negative news, or self-doubt, you are feeding your mind with poison. But when you surround yourself with people who push you to be better, who challenge you to grow, and who inspire you to think bigger, your mindset shifts. And the most successful people in the world are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who have mastered their minds. They have conditioned themselves to think in ways that support their goals instead of sabotaging them. Your mind is also the key to mastering fear. Fear is what holds most people back. It stops them from taking action, from making decisions, from stepping into the life they truly want. But fear is just a pattern of thought. It's not reality. It's your mind trying to protect you from the unknown. The problem is, if you let fear control your thoughts, it will control your actions. The only way to break free is to rewire your brain to see fear as a signal to move forward, not retreat. The most successful people feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is they don't let it stop them. They recognize it, acknowledge it, and take action anyway. The mind can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. If you let it run wild with doubt, fear, and negativity, it will sabotage you at every turn. But if you take control, if you train yourself to focus on solutions, to rewrite your story, to surround yourself with the right influences, and to push through fear, your entire life will change. The greatest battles are won in the mind before they are ever won in reality. Control your mind and you control everything.